Hello, everybody. This is Suzanne Snyder-Johnson, Sail Beyond Cancer, Vermont's Executive Director, and I am here for the very first newscast, our broadcast we're going to be doing every single week. And we are here, or I'm here, to share with you special guests each week to share what their experience is like, not only just being one of our, involved with us in some way, shape, or form, but also just living with cancer and dealing with this disease and all sorts of people. So today, I am honored to bring on the show Steve Milizia. And hold on, I'm going to go get him right now. And here he is.
Suzanne. Oh, look at me. Oh, here I go.
There we go. All right. We all know Steve. For those of you who know Steve, he's just full of beans, which we love you to death for that. It's just awesome. But there's some really important things that I think people should know, besides the fact that, what we do with Sail Beyond Cancer, bringing people out on the boat. So I have a couple of kind of very deep questions to ask you. And if you're willing to share, that'd be awesome, Steve. And mind you, everybody, this is live, right? So we have not practiced this. This is really, truly the real thing here.
That's the deal, yes.
The real deal. So, Steve, can you kind of share with me, what do you want people to know about what it's like living with cancer and anything else like that you can share?
First of all, yeah, I'd be glad to. And I really appreciate being on the inaugural show. Inauguration day was great. Inaugural show today is even better. So, Suzanne Johnson, as you can see, I know we had a solid background in mind, but if you can read that,
sort of, I love you.
I love you.
Oh,
and that's so true. And that's one of the things I'll tell you about cancer right now. A lot of stuff is, we can get into a little bit of what it was like when I found all those kinds of things and what it's like now. But I would start off by saying probably the biggest thing I can tell you is I've gotten gifts. And I didn't expect cancer. It just, I didn't feel good for a long time. And, we couldn't figure it out. And the next thing you know, boom, you've got stage 4 cancer, young man. Well, I'm not a young man, but you know what I mean? I thought myself that way. And I would say I would start off with, it's really important. Even though I did this, I got a physical every year. And when I reached the age of 40, I started with the prostate exams, and then 50, the colon. Get your male health screenings for men and get the women health screenings for women. That's the first thing I would say, because, and even though you can get screened, it still occurs. So, eat right, take good care of yourself. That's probably the best thing I ever did for myself, Suzanne, was at 50, after being a person who all my life was active, all my life. But as I got a little older, the body didn't respond as well. So I let it go for a couple of years, and then I didn't feel good. I went to the gym, and that was probably the best gift I had ever given myself, because when stage 4 cancer hit, it gave me the best shape I'd ever been in since I was a kid playing football. It took the brunt of the attack, which, that's the thing I'll tell you about cancer right now is, we'll go into these questions and I'll just keep going, and you interrupt me anytime you want to.
I will. Steve, can you do me a favor for everybody here? Just speak a little louder. I mean, I'm trying to be loud anyway.
Is this better? Would this be better? Because
I think so. Just keep doing that. But if you can kind of go in, that's great. Thank you for sharing about the screening, which is huge, huge, huge. Now that you've been living with this and you are stage 4, and so what are the most important things right now in your life? Like every day that you get up, what is it that just keeps you going, and you have just the most amazing positive personality that you just give inspiration to so very many of us?
Well, that's thank you.
True.
I would say that I go to bed with gratitude. I do things like check my phone at the end of the day. Oh, I talked to Sean, I talked to Richie, I talked to Daryl, I talked to Dan, and reflect in my mind what those conversations were about. And I like to say that I'm a man of many endeavors. Cancer retired me early. I was a traveling guy for a company. We went international and had great fortunes, and that was good. When it stopped, it was an abrupt halt. And getting over that emotionally was something that I worked to overcome, because while my body didn't go at the same rate of speed and activity in the business world, my mind still did. And that created some havoc at home. And we can talk about caregivers right now too. I know we're out of time.
Absolutely. That's one of the questions.
I would say this right now is that caregivers are not just the people that when you're in bed after chemo and you can't move for 3 or 4 days except to go to the bathroom, and you try to get in the shower because it takes all your energy to climb over the tub. They're not just those people that help you. They're the people that got a wonderful, wonderful partner in my wife, Betty, Elizabeth. People know her as Elizabeth, and she does a lot of research, and she's always thinking about, see this thing right here? I never anticipated having hot flashes. And whoever said hot flashes, that was a male doctor. That was a male doctor, because they're 2 minutes or more. And you know, my wife, she said, I had a little cheap toy fan, $3. She went and bought this thing. It's perfect.
What the heck is it, Steve? It looks like
it's a personal air conditioner that, I tell you what, if I was selling these things, I have an opportunity now. We talk about going back into what makes my day. What makes my day is getting out in the community, and I make a new friend or two every day, because that's just how good I feel. And I feel good when I do that. I feel good when I know whatever it is my interaction is with somebody, it's in a grateful way. It's in I don't want to sound corny, but you know, because what happens, Suzanne, I'll tell you, and I'm sure everybody out there who is on the same journey that I'm on, you're on that journey. We know there's that end date. I have no time to waste. I do not want to waste my time, anybody else's time, and I want the rest of my time to be joyous and free. And that's the gift. If we talk about now, we'll move right into, if you don't mind, we'll move right into Sail Beyond Cancer.
Well, wait, before you do that, yes, I want you to talk about that too. But so here's a question for you that the audience may not know. You know, you look at you, Steve, and you look like a freaking normal guy. I mean, not that you're not normal, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
I mean, you're dealing with cancer, a terminal cancer diagnosis. You have stage 4 cancer, and there are days when you look at you, look, oh, he can't possibly be sick. You know, there's just no way. You some days you hide it really well, and other days, I mean, I've seen you when you were in a lot of pain, and so. How do you keep going? I mean, is it just is it the drugs that you're on, or is it treatment you're on?
Oh, that's a great question, and I'll tell you right now that let's go back to that, because when 3-4 years ago I was I was losing a little bit of height just through age. So what used to be 6'3" for me all my life was 6'2". Well, now I'm barely scratching, and if I got the good hair, I'm hitting 6 foot. So my body's shrinking in spots, and yeah, you're absolutely right. It's very painful. It's painful. And I do a lot of ibuprofen. I do a lot of that kind of stuff. I try to stretch. I stay as active as my body lets me do. It was an abrupt halt to somebody who was running up and down football fields 30 times a season, 5 games a week. So it's that psychological change it's helped me to slow down in realizing my balance isn't the same. There are wonderful side effects of the cancer treatments today. There are opposite side effects of the cancer treatments today. Yeah. And so getting in tune with my new body and acceptance of it wasn't too long ago. Yeah, you could do all those kinds of things physically. And now, no, I can't. And it's not that I can't. It takes longer. That's a benefit, though, because now I engineer more things as I make good use of the energy I do have in my body.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I love that. You know, one of the things, and I haven't really shared this with the public, but our series is called Experiences Matter. I know it sounds a lot like Black Lives Matter, but this is true that experiences do matter. And the reason why we're calling it this, because we feel really strongly that being out on a vessel, being powered by the wind, and having the experience of being able to leave that cancer behind on shore and just feel cancer free, for 3 hours with your loved ones. Can you just briefly, I know you've shared this before, but can you just briefly in a short minute, because you're on a tight schedule here, I'm gonna like kick you off in a few
That's
minutes.
fine. Yes, I can.
But,
Yes, I can.
but to share with the public, what does it mean to you, and is that a part of your healing? And that would be great. And what can you tell people about Sail Beyond Cancer that they should know that they may not know, coming from
absolutely
the nominee?
I would say this: the Sail Beyond Cancer excursions, like Suzanne just said, are 3 hours of cancer-free thought. Cancer-free thought. When you're sharing that with the closest people to you, those same caregivers, like I said, that do the research, do the suggestion, constantly helping in all ways. I'm so grateful for that. So that excursion puts wind in my sails for a year to help me move into these other endeavors, I call them, that have allowed me to stay positive and looking forward to getting up in the morning and participating and making the community a place that I want to be in and share in, and continue to reach out and show people that, share my experience. That's all. Just share my experience. And if it works for me, man, you know what? I bet you it could work for you too.
How did it feel to, as a person in our community who's being challenged by cancer, how did it feel when you, I think you nominated, right? I mean, when you've had the experience of nominating somebody, or many friends actually, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
Several of them are here responding.
You know what? I've decided. Sail Beyond Cancer. You can go on Sail Beyond Cancer's website. We'll talk about it. I'm sure Suzanne will help you do that and nominate people. I've decided that I wear the jacket, thank you. I wear the vest every day, thank you. And I ask people, do you know anybody been touched by cancer? Because we all do. And they get the rack card, and then I say, go on and you nominate that person. Because I can nominate one at a time. We're going to start spreading this. All right, that's what I'm saying about Sail Beyond Cancer. It's a place to be for those 3 hours that extend a man's life. I know for at least one, and I'm counting on two.
You're wonderful. Thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate you being here. And anybody, if you'd like to be on the show, and if you have somebody you'd like me to interview to help kind of spread the word of what it's like, and especially now in the middle of COVID, we didn't even touch base about the fact that, I'd like to share really quickly before we leave is that, what we're going through right now with everybody dealing with COVID, right? Feeling isolated, anxious, kind of depressed and frustrated and irritable.
And frightened. I just received a call from Betty who said our family in Florida, 4 compromised individuals just tested positive for COVID. And so we turned that one over, and we are thankful for all of what we do have, and pray that it's the lightest case ever. And because I'll tell you what, technology, thank you, technology. I love Alexander Graham Bell and the folks that do all the computer things that we're doing today, because I feel close to you. I feel close, not like we're there on the boat, but on the ship, or the vessel. So I guess we look for our blessings where we can find them, and we work through those challenges, and places like Sail Beyond Cancer gave me the strength to do that.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody. Learn more about this every Thursday. We'll be doing this now at 2:45, and I look forward to our guest next week. I won't tell you who it is yet, but it'll be a little surprise. But have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for tuning in, and love your comments. And thank you so much, Steve. Yay! Bye.
Bye. I'm just going to leave.